welcome to our third installment of Manhattan Student Media. And Elise is going to explain here what we've done this week.
Okay. Well, this week we've done a couple of things. One, we went into Harlem and interviewed the locals there and asked them how they felt about Columbia University's expansion into Harlem as they're planning to extend their campus. We also walked around school and asked some of our colleagues how they like their instrument, because even though it's a basic question, it says a lot about the people at school. It says a lot about their personality.
You know about the whole Columbia expansion thing?
Yes, I do.
What do you feel about that?
I feel it's pretty sad because if the school takes over a lot of the community, I think the character of Harlem is going to be lost, and lower income people and even medium income people won't be able to afford to live here any longer.
I've been living in Harlem for the last 26 years.
26 years, wow, so you've seen a lot.
I've seen a whole lot of changes go down. Yes, that is true.
What do you love specifically about Harlem?
Well, probably the cosmopolitan mix of peoples from Africa and the Caribbean, Native Americans, that mix is something that I find very heartening and inspiring, along with the history of the place. Walking the same streets as Langston Hughes, James Weldon Johnson, that kind of thing is inspiring.
What are your views on the Columbia expansion into Harlem?
Well, I think Columbia, King's College, I think they are still perpetuating some of what they've always done, which is that they serve the people who fund them, and those people who founded them.
He says that this expansion might open up close to 6,000 new jobs.
Well, part of what's happening here is that that's very likely is true. But the jobs that are opening up, the jobs in New York City, the jobs that are opening up are not typically the jobs for people who live in Harlem. The jobs that are opening up are $60,000, $80,000, $100,000 a year jobs, construction jobs, high-tech industry, high-tech jobs, and jobs in the entertainment field. That's where the job expansion is in New York City. And those are not the people who live in Harlem.
It's anywhere in Manhattan. It's probably the most practical place in which to do it because, relatively speaking, it's going to affect few tenants and cause as little dislocation for a project of that mass.
Do you think it's... How do you think that's going to make the people of Harlem feel, or does it even matter?
Oh, it certainly matters. And I think that some people are going to gain from it, property owners, for example. But some people are going to suffer because you're going to have what's called secondary displacement. So that even though people might not be displaced because they don't live within the area that Columbia is going to take over, rents are going to rise in that area, and that will force many people out. And that's a shame. But yet, I mean, that is the history of New York City.
Right.
There is a constant turnover, a constant change in neighborhoods. So, I mean, in terms of dislocation, it's unfortunate, but I'd say necessary.
But the president of Columbia says that's going to open up about 6,000 new jobs. What do you think about that?
I think that's probably a reasonable number.
But the people of Harlem, are they going to get those jobs, or?
They better, and I think the university has a moral responsibility to make sure that quite a few people in the neighborhood get jobs, if not the majority of the jobs.
All right. Thank you.
There's a high-flying bird flying way up in the sky, and I wonder if she looks down as she goes on by. Well, she's flying so freely.
Here you go.
Alright, so you are the editor, I'm guessing, and founder of The Score, which is the student-run newspaper, just like this is student-run video club thing. So can you tell us about it?
Well, I've wanted to start a newspaper since freshman year.
And you're a junior now?
Yes, I'm a junior. And I've been hearing it more and more lately about... I got an interview with the professor.
Really?
Yes, about the seminar and some of his thoughts on it. And that's also going to be in the next issue. It's going to be really exciting.
Okay. So apparently there is a huge jazz arts organization that went bankrupt. Can you tell us about it?
Yes, lately, I mean, who knows what's going to be happening in the future when this video is being watched, but right now IJE just went belly up. It apparently no longer exists, so that's going to be a big change in the education world.
And what exactly do they do for jazz musicians in general?
It's like this big organization that sort of brings, it's the International Jazz Organization. I mean, it's like the educational, you know, thing, the big thing. I mean, it's like, it means big things for jazz that it's gone, basically. I mean, what? All right, ready? All right, let's go.
What do you like best about the tuba?
Nobody else plays it, so he's bound to get in somewhere.
See, that's not my answer. There's obviously Kirsten. But I don't know. I never thought of things like this.
I've often considered
but
switching to
you want to jazz.
Because when I started playing music and instruments, I picked the trumpet.
And what happened? What happened though?
I wasn't good enough.
So they made you
then
play
I switched
tuba.
to tuba.
Oh. What do you like most about being a singer?
Well, for one, I like that I'm allowed to be overdramatic and get away with it. I like that. I like the rush of performing, because everyone loves a singer.
Everybody loves a singer.
And yeah, and I like the language part of it. I'm really good at the language stuff.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
All right.
and I think I have a really good voice, so of course.
Of course.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, Anna.
You're welcome.
Hey, guys.
Hey, how are you?
Good. What do you like most about being singers?
The fabulous reputation we get. It's great.
What do you like most about playing the trombone?
The money. That's for the money. And the chicks.
I don't really know.
Chicks love trombone.
He just enjoys it. Thanks, Anna. So, Katerina, what do you like being about... So, Katerina, what do you like most about being a composer?
It's very hard to describe what I like most, but I would say working with the performers when the piece is done and ready. I like to work with the performers and with my teacher. That's the best part, I think.
Oh, okay.
But that I can think of right now based on the experience of earlier. So.
Alright, thanks. So, Jay, what do you like most about playing the saxophone?
The oral fixation of it. That's the only reason anyone plays a wind instrument, you know?
That's so true.
It's all Freudian shit.
Abigail, what do you like most about being a violin player?
I like how you can sustain notes and really make it like you're singing something and communicating.
Brian, how do you feel about being a bassist?
It's the best instrument ever.
Why do you enjoy it?
Because it's better than viola.
Wait. Hey, Kirsty.
Hello.
What do you like about playing trumpet?
Spit valve.
Oh. Good answer.